Let's look how we can find scores below a certain percentile using Excel. Here we have a data set for 100 workers, and suppose we want to find the employees who are in the fifth percentile of hours worked. The employees, they work various numbers of hours. This is in table form, so we can sort set. So if we sort this from the largest to the smallest, we see that there's some employees that are working 70 or more hours, and then we go all the way down to the bottom, and there's somebody who didn't get any hours recently, and there's 35, 38, 40. Let's see if we can find the ones who are in the fifth percentile. Now, why would we want to do this? Suppose we're going to ask people if they want to work overtime. It'd be nice to give it to the ones that have the fewest hours, because there's a good chance that maybe they want to work longer, and that would just be a good thing to do. So what we're going to do is we are going to select the column of data that we are looking for, and we are going to use conditional formatting. So make sure you're on home, go to conditional formatting, and we are going to use top bottom rules. If we're looking for the employees in the fifth percentile, that means we're looking at those that have the bottom 5% of scores. So we can go to the bottom percentage, and this would be the bottom 10% of scores. Now we can change this number, but the key is it says bottom and percent. So we say choose bottom and percent, and we're going to change this from 10 to 5, and it'll indicate who those workers are with a light red fill and a dark red text. That sounds good. We could choose other colors if we want, and we press OK. And now we can go and look through our data, and sure enough, these are the employees that are in the bottom fifth percentile, the bottom, or the fifth percentile, the bottom 5%. Now, we could have just said, well, there's 100 employees, so the fifth percentile would be the bottom 5, and we could have counted 5 up. But it's interesting because percentiles there's a whole bunch of ways of doing percentiles. It's not super precise. It's not always clearly defined, because if we had just chosen the bottom 5, that would have been some of the 35, not all of it. So the way that Excel is doing this, it has chosen everybody with that same score and put them in the bottom 5%, even though there's actually 7 of them there. So we used conditional formatting, and we used top to bottom rows. We could have used this for the top 10% of items, the bottom 5% of items like we did. We could do simply above average, below average. It provides a lot of data that we can, a lot of ways that we can visually illustrate the data once we select a column. Now, we have a tradition here at Azusa Pacific that a lot of times we link what we've been studying to some biblical concepts. In this study, we were looking at trying to help the employees who had the least number of hours to work. And that idea is of helping people, if you can, is an important biblical concept. In Proverbs 3:27, it says, "Do not withhold good from those to whom it is due, when it is in your power to do it." So if we can do something good to people, like give them more hours, and that's what they want, we should do it. Sometimes it might not make a difference to us. Maybe if it doesn't matter who does the work, so we might choose the most productive employees who might already be overworked. But if it doesn't matter and we need anybody, we might as well choose the people that have the greatest need. And so if we can give to the people in the greatest need, let's go for it. Even if it's a little of an inconvenience for us, let's still do it, because if we can do good to others, we're doing the right thing.